Walk with me.
Why boasteth thyself in mischief, O mighty man? The goodness of God endureth continually. The tongue deviseth mischief like a sharp razor, working deceitfully. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness. Thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. God shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place, and root thee out of the land of the living. The righteous shall also see and fear, and shall laugh at him. Lo, this is the man that made not God his strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches, and strengthened himself in his wickedness. But I am like a green olive tree in the house of the I Am. I trust in the mercy of God forever and ever. And I will praise thee forever because thou hast done it. And I will wait on thy name, for it is good before thy saints. All praises to the Most High. That was Psalms chapter 52, verses 1 through 9. Deliver me from the hands of evil spirits who sway over the thoughts of men's hearts, and let them not lead me astray from thee, my God. Establish thou me and my seed forever, that we go not astray and have from henceforth and forevermore. Jubilees chapter 12, verse 20. Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, those of you on TikTok and YouTube. We'll go back to Facebook when they get their act together. And we thank God for all that have been with us. Yes, we thank God for you that have been with us since the beginning, since we started in the book of Revelation. And we thank God for those of you that have come somewhere out after then and then forth. We thank God for you too. And we thank God for those of you who have just subscribed or you have followed. And we thank God for those of you that are about to subscribe or follow. Yes, we give God the glory and the praise, not by chance, but by the Spirit of the Most High, that you have come, that you might be reminded of the things that God has for you. Yes. Yes, we're in the 47th chapter of the book of Enoch, not Enoch, but Jubilees. Yes. Book of Jubilees. I was thinking mostly of this scripture here. You know, it's something how those of you that may be listening or watching, that you look at the fact that when you do your licks, a lot of you know what a lick is. When you do your licks, when you try to, however you might do it, whether it's, taking from one person or going into their houses or whatever, you boast, you laugh. Even television, the movies even depict the things that men do after they have done evil towards another person or a group of people. Yes, laughing in the mischief, like a sharp razor working deceitfully. They love evil more than good. Yes, you like the fast women, the fast money, the fast cars, and so the women likes the fast men. You say a woman's fast. Yes, a woman is fast because she likes fast men. And she's willing to do and give up whatever she has to for that fast man until he gets old. Or he goes to jail and she got to find another one to excite her, should I say, imagination and her boredom. Many of you are bored because of the signs of the times. Women are being bored. They want a man to do all these things, and then once it's all over with, they want it again, and it's like a rush. Just for the man, it's like a rush. And some of you women have taken on that rush yourself to do after the man. These are the signs of the times. These are satanic. And to have children and have a family and home, you watch television, they condition your mind to say, oh, this is boring. You watch it from TV, you watch it from movies, and you see how they look and they portray themselves this is boring. It's boring to have children. It's boring that a man is, I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's cheating. Maybe he's doing that. I am not in control. Did you not know the man is not even in control either? When you make God your strength and trust in the abundance of God's riches, God will send you on adventures. He will send you. He will allow you to be elated in all his glories. You have adventures that you go and you share the gospel or share the good news of that God has a rest for his people. I'm not talking about that Esau. The good news that God is alive and God wasn't in a man that should die. He wasn't a man that should die. No. God wasn't that. Yes. But let us get into the word. But trust in the Most High with all thine heart and lean not to your own understanding, because our understanding many times it turned out to be wicked. Wicked. Yes, we started with, we were in the 46th chapter, and it says in the 16th verse, the people of Egypt abominated the children of Israel. In other words, that this is when the children of Israel or the children of Jacob had become a byword. Detestable, because they detest slaves. You do not want the slave to be above its master, but yet the slave was above the master. The slave was the one, you notice how that even Jacob had the books brought with him to Egypt. What books? Did not the Egyptians see these books? Did not they share their gods as they have shared each other's gods? See, some of you don't know Egyptians can lie. Don't mean just because you see all these books and hieroglyphs and all these things that it's all the truth. No. These were the proud people, just as the people, the true Arabs, the ancient Arabs. They were a proud people. Black is beautiful. If you were light or reds or clients, you were servants. There was a time where even all black men were the head and not the tail. Now, but because Israel is put under and hidden amongst those of the African nations and the dark-skinned hues, you don't know who they are. They don't even know who they are, I'll tell you the truth. But anyway, but God knows those who are his. Yes, that is true. Oh, my God. But anyway, let's continue. Now, they were made a byword. In chapter 47, we go on. It says, in the 7th week, in the 7th year, in the 47th Jubilee, thy father went forth from the land of Canaan. He's talking about, and thou was born. He was talking about Amram. In the 4th week, in the 6th year thereof, in the 48th Jubilee. Now, he was born in the 48th Jubilee. This is when Moses was born. And this time was a time of trouble or tribulation on the children of Israel. So as it was then, so it shall be now, when the children of Israel are about to be delivered from the heathen and the ways of this earth. Now, verse 2, and Pharaoh the king of Egypt issued a command regarding them that they should cast all their male children which were born into the river. What? The river Nile. That's what they call Nile. We'll say that much. And they cast them in for 7 months until the day that thou was born. This was a genocide. This was to stop. Now, this is what the nations be doing. Look at the Congo. They're committing this type of thing we call genocide. To erase babies, even doing the Inquisition, even doing the slave trade, even doing all these times to look and get rid of that chosen one of the Most High. They do not know who they are. They don't know. You think they know who you are. Yes, they have a good glimpse. Yes, you do fit the description, but not all that came over the boat are Jacob. Come on here. Now, thy father went forth from the land. He says, now, Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. Now, verse 3, and they cast him in for 7 months until the day that thou was born. He's talking to Moses. And thy mother hid thee for 3 months. And they told regarding her. Somebody ratted. Somebody came and ratted on Yoshbel. Not Joshabel, but Yoshbel. Yes. They snitched regarding her. And she made an ark for thee. She said, you ain't getting my baby. She made an ark for thee. I'd rather the river drown him and I don't know what's happening to him, but you're not getting my baby to kill him with your sword. Because the man is the nation. The woman is not the nation. God granted that for the man's seed, as far as the half tribe of Manasseh, I believe, that the women complain. But still, the man is the nation. They know this. How come you see, this is where the confusion is with women. You don't understand. The nation comes from the man. You nurture the nation. You are the first teacher of that nation. You're the first teacher of your people. But yet, you get hit upside the head. You call yourself a mother of civilization, but the mother of civilization is hit upside the head because she don't want to submit to the father of civilization. And that's all they do. They'll exalt the mother. They'll exalt her. They'll exalt the woman, the mother, and all this to get her confused that I'm in charge. God is a woman. You's a lie, and the devil is a lie too. If God was a woman, why doesn't he have a husband? Or she has a husband? Come on here. You better stop it. Those of you who got this cockamamie concoction of abomination of a thought or an indoctrination. Now, she made an ark for thee, he said, and covered it with pitch and asphalt and placed it in the flags on the banks of the river. And she placed thee in it 7 days. And thy mother came by night and suckled thee by the day. Miriam, thy sister, guarded thee from the birds. And in those days, Tharmuth, the daughter of Pharaoh, came to bathe in the river, and she heard thy voice crying. And she told her maidens to bring thee forth, and they brought thee unto her. And she took thee out of the ark, and she had compassion on thee. God had touched Tharmuth's mind, her heart. Oh, such a nice baby. She did not have one. Maybe he blocked her womb that she couldn't have one. And thy sister said unto her, I shall go and call thee one of the Hebrew women to nurse and suckle this babe for thee. And she said unto her, go. And they were supposed to be an abomination unto the Egyptians. But she was the daughter of Pharaoh. Now, and she went and called thy mother. See how God directed. God, she didn't even know she was going to her mother, Yoshebed. Yes. And she gave her rages, and she nursed thee. And afterwards, when thou was grown up, she brought thee unto the daughter of Pharaoh, and thou didst become her son. And Amram, thy father, taught thee writing. I mean, here is, you still part of it. See, Pharaoh is still nurturing who he was looking for all the whole time, the Mashiach of that day. Moses was the Mashiach. You don't get it. It just baffles your head. It just takes a stick and knock you upside your head, don't it? Yes, it does. A Mashiach, one that saves, a savior, whom God uses to save Israel. See, now you're gonna realize what Moses is saying. You got to look at the life of Moses and understand the one that was sent, the anointed one that was sent. Watch Moses. Thy father taught thee writing, and after thou hast completed 3 weeks, they brought thee unto the royal court. And thou was 3 weeks of years at the court until the time when thou didst go forth from the royal court and didst see an Egyptian smiting thy friend. Now with the movies and all the mindset that the heathen had put toward you, you see these royal courts and all these things in the movies and the knights and all this. It wasn't nothing like that. It wasn't like that. No. And a lot of things they learned from the Moors. Yes, they learned a lot of those ways from the Moors. Okay, we'll give them that. Now, he says now, thou was 3 weeks of years. He said, until the time when thou didst go forth from the royal court and didst see an Egyptian smiting thy friend. Now, it was just not just in Hebrew. It was someone that Moses was fond of. A friend. They delighted in each other, just like Saul and David, or should I say Jonathan and David. Yes, there's nothing wrong with having a friend. No, not at all. But the fact is, he saw an Egyptian hitting his friend who was like him. And what he did, he deleted him. That's what he did. Oh, you don't hit my friend like that, cuz. Now, who was of the children of Israel, and thou didst slay him and hide him in the sand. Take this piece of crap and put him in the sand and just bury him. Let the worms eat him up. And on the second day thou didst find 2 of the children of Israel striving together. And thou didst say unto them, who's doing the wrong? Why dost thou smite thy brother? Now this is the mindset of a lot of us. We angry, caught up in our feelings. And what this guy said, and he was angry and indignant and said, who made thee? Now you can, a prince and a judge over us. Now this is the mindset that we've had today. Satan knows this stuff and he knows how to serve it to you, don't he? Thinkest thou to kill me as thou killed the Egyptian yesterday? He just snitched. And Moses said, oh, somebody gonna find this out. And thou didst fear to flee on account of these words. Verse 48, chapter 48. We're gonna go a little further. And in the 6th year of the 3rd week of the 49th Jubilee. Now we're another year into it. Thou didst depart and dwell in the land of Midian 5 weeks and 1 year, and thou didst return into Egypt in the 2nd week, and in the 2nd year, in the 5th Jubilee. And thou saidst to thyself, that's verse 2, what he spake unto thee on Mount Sinai, and what prince, look at this, the prince of devils, the Satans, desired to do with thee when thou wast returning into Egypt on the way, when thou didst meet him at the lodging place. You don't know your battle is not with flesh and blood. It's against you. Sometimes you have to deal with flesh and blood that the principalities and powers are using. Yes, you do. You have to decipher. You have to look at these things. This is why we get discernment. See, some of you say, oh, you just want to be all spiritual. You want to get everything from the Spirit when God, or from God's Spirit, and didn't seem like you all that and you're nothing. You read his word, you lazy stomp on the law. Read his word. Read the law, statutes, commandments, judgments, and ordinances of the Most High. But Steamer came and desired to do with thee what thou was returning, when thou was returning to Egypt on the way, when thou didst meet him at the lodging place. Did not he with all his power seek to slay thee and deliver thee and deliver the Egyptians out of the hand when thou saw that thou was sent to execute judgment and vengeance on the Egyptians? Oh, yes, this is the God of the Egyptians. He has disguised himself in many ways. This is the Greek God. Their true God is this guy. Yes. He's the Greeks. He's the Romans' God. He disguises himself in so many ways because he knows his days are numbered. He knows where he's going. He doesn't care. Not you. Flesh means nothing to him. He's also a tempter too, and his hordes. Those hordes that follow him. Yes. And with that, we're going to say peace.
No matter how life goes, one thing I know.